Does figuring out what to serve your baby leave you a bit perplexed sometimes? Not quite sure what to put on their plate to make things easier? I'll walk you through my simple 3-category system that makes getting meals on the table so simple you won't believe it. Hi there, I'm Renee DeAndrea with New Ways Nutrition. Feeding your baby or toddler can be a struggle sometimes. Whether it's dinner time and you've all had a tough day, there's no food in the house, or you're just done, mealtimes can get frustrating. But this 3-category system can really help you to get food on the table, no matter what else is happening. So let's get to it. The 3 categories are iron-rich foods, high-calorie foods, and or a fruit or a veggie. So we want to offer these at every meal, right from their very first meal of food around that 6-month mark. Now, I've quickly made up here 2 sample plates for you so that I can demonstrate what I mean. Keep in mind, these are to demonstrate the foods and not necessarily the sizes for a specific age group. They can be served to all ages. If you're curious about how, grab the Baby and Me meal plan where we walk you through exactly how to serve each meal in it to multiple different age groups. None of us have time to be making multiple different meals for our whole family. I've linked it in the description below for you. So let's take a look at these plates here. This one here is a deconstructed version of a burrito and is something that I would serve if the meal the adults and the rest of the family were eating was a burrito. It has some lentils on it, and those are the iron-rich food. You could also do beans or meat here. Next up, we have some cheese, and that's going to be the high-calorie food. Thinking about burritos, and depending on what you normally put on yours or serve at the table, this could also be a tortilla, avocado or guacamole, sour cream, or Greek yogurt. They generally tend to be the carbohydrates or the fats if you're thinking along the lines of a traditional plate breakdown. And they're really important for kids of all ages. And finally, we have the fruit or the veggie. You don't need to serve both a fruit and a veggie. One is fine. For this, I have a red pepper. And this tends to be the easiest category to throw together because it's often easy to just serve it on the side for the entire family at the table. Think things like frozen veggies like peas or broccoli, edamame, anything like that, cooked carrots, oranges. Really, the sky is the limit. You just want to serve at least one at a meal. Okay, let's move on to this next plate. So here we've got a sweet potato mac and cheese with kale chips. So walk this through here with me. The iron source of this is actually chickpea pasta here, which is one of my favorite ways to get in an iron source for kids. And the high calorie bit of the meal is the sweet potato sauce that you see on it, and the sweet potatoes as well as the milk and the small amount of cheese in the recipe all count as high calorie items. And then our veggies are the kale chips here. So all of these are safe for young babies, by the way, and you can find this recipe actually on my website if you're curious about it. It's a family favorite of ours. But I have this here as an example of how you can kind of tweak recipes. You could serve this pasta dish with regular pasta, but then you'd need an additional iron source. So instead, just add it with the pasta. If you don't have kale to serve, you switch it out with another veggie because that's the part of the plate that it's taking care of. So usually if I don't have kale, I serve frozen broccoli or peas with this meal. The 3-category system allows you to both create a meal from no recipe, like the burritos, and make sure it's balanced, or to take a recipe and make sure that what you're serving at a meal has all the components that your child needs. It might seem a little complicated at first, but I promise you it gets much easier the more that you do it. I've got lots of resources on my website to help with this, including the meal plan that I mentioned, a book with lots of food ideas for you and handouts, blog posts talking about it. Simply head to newwaysnutrition.com to get help. And I'll see you next time.